Welcome to the Harsh Reality broadcast on the 23rd of September 2013. Regulars to my channel will note that I've started a new type of animated cartoon. It's in the format of Movie Zoo. I used to have extra normal, but unfortunately that's ceased as at the end of July of this year. So I had to look for a different format. Regulars to my channel have noted that I've changed my format. Some are liking it, one or two still say they miss the old format. Hopefully over a period of time you'll get used to the new format. Tried to make this particular format in the animated cartoons rather humorous, and it's more on personality types rather than factual data. With regards to factual data, I'll still be doing my PowerPoint presentations and presentations like this. So with regards to the animated cartoons, I've decided to make it a little bit more interactive. So people that post regular on my channel will actually appear as guests from time to time in the animated cartoons. And you may have noticed already that we've had a couple of characters within my animated cartoons. So today what I want to concentrate on is where we're going globally within Western economies. At the moment, when you look at the mainstream media, it is very, very upbeat. They seem to think that we are in recovery. From my point of view, we are certainly not in recovery, and that's because I look at the fundamentals. The fundamentals are still truly awful, and from the data that I've been compiling, I see that we are still going to enter a major depression, in fact the greatest depression of all. And I don't say that lightly because I'm an optimistic person by nature, but at the same time I do see reality. So, where are we at the moment? I did a video on the 15th of August of this year stating that the federal bank will not taper quantitative easing. And it appears that I'm right at the moment with that. And I came to that conclusion because, in a nutshell, they can't afford to stop QE. In fact, what I think will happen is that it will be accelerated. Isn't it interesting that Larry Summers is pulled out of the race? Now, he was an advocate of loose monetary policy, and he was starting to come to the terms that we had to start tapering QE. But it looked like it was going to be a clumsy exit from QE. So he suddenly pulled out of the race, which I find a little bit strange. So as far as I'm aware, there's two people left. There's Janet Yellen and Donald Cohen left in the race. My understanding is, looking at my research, that they will actually continue with QE and even may increase it. So watch this space. The debt ceiling issue still has to be addressed. The current debt in the US is $16.9 trillion and rising at an alarming rate. Why have we not heard anything in the mainstream media? This has to be addressed next month in October. We will hit 17 trillion in late October, so something needs to be done. Last time they raised the debt ceiling, there was some coverage about the lead up to it. There's no coverage this time, which seems very, very odd. So I think what's going to happen is they get to 17 trillion and just say, we're going to raise it. And it just becomes a norm. And it shouldn't become a norm because it's a very, very dangerous thing to do. You have to live within your means. We can't borrow forever. But as I've said, and if you look back on my previous videos, I've actually said we've passed the tipping point many, many years ago. So no matter what is done, a major depression is guaranteed. The problem is politicians don't want it to happen on their watch, so they'll take the easy option and they will defer reality. But trust me, reality will come at some time. I think we're partly to blame. Politicians know that we're quite fickle. They know that we want to hear good news. So they promise us good news. They know themselves they can't keep the promises, But they just keep their fingers crossed that it won't happen on their watch, the collapse. But are we really being sensible? Think about this. A lot of people do not think critically. They do not see things through. I'll give you an example. We spend our time celebrity worshipping. We see it on the television. In the UK, I cannot believe how people worship football players. I live in Manchester, and all the time I'm hearing people saying Wayne Rooney this, Wayne Rooney that. What they don't seem to realise that Wayne Rooney is on £250,000 per week, and he's only on £250,000 per week because we allow it as the public. The multinational corporations are very, very clever with their marketing. They know the human psyche, and they can get us all worked up, and they can make an absolute fortune out of it, leaving the average person quite poor. Because when you think about it, if somebody's going to get a tremendous amount of wealth, somebody else has to sacrifice their wealth for it. So how do I see matters developing? I see reality being deferred for as long as they can defer it. I can't give a timing on when I see a major acceleration in the collapse. It started as far as I'm concerned, but I can't give a timing on when it's going to accelerate. But it will accelerate over time. There may be a black swan event to actually tip it over the edge. With regards to precious metals, they seem to be in the doldrums at the moment, but I have no doubt in my mind's eye that they will start to rise. Again, I can't give a timing on it, but the only reason why I think precious metals are going to rise is we have truly awful fundamentals. The fundamentals are very, very bad, and once people wake up, they will realise that the party is over. At the moment, lots of people don't see it. It's because they don't feel it. The media are giving out the wrong signals, but I can assure you matters are going to change. Okay, thank you very much for listening, and I'll send out another presentation shortly. Thank you.